World-renowned self-help guru Tony Robbins is estimated to be worth around $500 million. That's a lot of money. He earned that wealth from being a life coach, teaching others how to overcome their hindering beliefs so that they can achieve their dreams. But Tony Robbins has found himself in a bit of hot water because he's been accused of acting inappropriately by no less than 9 women. These incidents date back all the way until the 1980s, but there actually might be more to the story. There always is. This is the dark truth about Tony Robbins. Welcome back to Inform Overload. We do the news and we make it entertaining. My name is Charlotte Dobre and thanks for checking out another video that, shocker, isn't YouTube related. Hey? Yeah, you like that? Thank you for bearing with us for the last couple of weeks. There's just been a lot of YouTube news that we had to cover. Just know there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes here that you guys don't know about. But if you haven't already, pretty please hit that subscribe if you need a place to get your news, and follow Inform Overload on Instagram. Alright, let's talk about Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins is someone that I always looked up to. His Netflix special helped me out of a very dark place. Not a dark place that you guys need to worry about, but definitely a place where I felt like I was depressed. That being said, sometimes when I watched this Netflix special, I felt kind of uncomfortable. It was evident to me that Tony Robbins pushes people so far, pretty much to their emotional limits, to help them. Granted, from what I could see, Tony did help these people. I'm curious to know if you guys have had any personal experiences with Tony Robbins, how he's changed your life, or if he hasn't, that's cool too. Let me know down there in the comments. So BuzzFeed News spent a year investigating Tony Robbins and posted an article on May 17th with the headline, "Leaked Records Reveal Tony Robbins Berated Abuse Victims and Former Followers Accuse Him of Sexual Advances." This article by BuzzFeed featured a recording that supposedly showed Robbins berating victims of abuse. It was a clip from a conversation between Robbins and one of his followers, and it's 67 seconds long. When you hear it, you think, yeah, that doesn't sound so good, does it, Tony? Not good at all. There are dozens of articles online that criticize Tony Robbins and his self-help techniques. Titles include things like "Why I Walked Out on Tony Robbins" and "Why You Should Ignore Tony Robbins' Advice If You Really Want to Be Successful," and lastly, "Why I've Lost Faith in Tony Robbins and Most Life Coaches." Over the years, some have even come forward to claim that Tony Robbins is nothing more than a con artist that makes millions off preying on people in unfortunate circumstances. All of this being said, Tony Robbins has worked with people like Princess Diana, Mother Teresa, Nelson Mandela, presidents of countries, companies, and millions of people across the world. He helped me, and I'm not gonna lie about that. The women who've come forward with complaints include 3 women who used to be followers and one of Tony's past assistants. That puts the total at 9 women accusing Tony Robbins of sexual misconduct. His former assistant, Lucy Galvez, told BuzzFeed that when she was being interviewed by Tony for the job, it quote, felt like she was getting interviewed for sexual threesomes as opposed to an assistant's job. So according to leaked records that were first brought to light by BuzzFeed, Tony claims he's helped millions of fans overcome some of life's darkest difficulties. But the leaked records reveal that he's used his fame to berate victims of rape and violence, while female former staffers and followers have accused him of inappropriate sexual advances. So the problem here, with everyone grabbing their pitchforks and running to Tony Robbins' door because of this expose by news publications like BuzzFeed, oftentimes quotes are taken out of context and are twisted to fit the narrative. Tony Robbins has publicly denied the allegations, calling them lies. He also directly called out BuzzFeed for their expose. He went on the offensive and said that BuzzFeed is to blame for the deterioration of national discourse and a growing cultural divide in the US. He wrote, "Your reporters rejected and otherwise ignored factual accounts from several individuals you contacted." In his public letter, he linked a YouTube video that was posted by Annalee Souza Campos, one of his alleged accusers, though she was not named in the BuzzFeed expose. The video was uploaded on May 17th, which was the same day that the BuzzFeed investigation went live on the internet, and it shows Campos explaining that she was contacted for the story to hear about her intervention with Tony. Campos also states that her life has totally changed thanks to Tony Robbins and his coaching. She also says that with his help, she went on to write an Amazon best-selling book in the category of marriage law, which was called How to Love Others Without Losing Yourself. Campos said that BuzzFeed cherry-picked her statements and took them out of context to make the point that they wanted to make, regardless of the positive experience that she related. Campos herself, represented by Calighi Law, has accused BuzzFeed of misinterpreting and deceptively editing recordings obtained by legal interception in violation of Florida's Security of Communications Act, which demands the privacy of oral communications unless all parties give consent. Her representation sent BuzzFeed a cease and desist letter that demanded BuzzFeed BuzzFeed stop using the recording, remove the audio from its website and social media, delete the article and further discussion of the alleged abuse related to Campos, and to also produce information on how the original recording was obtained. Failure to comply will result in immediate litigation. The clip in question is actually 1 hour long, not 67 seconds, and it supposedly left out other conversations that could have added important context to the situation. Campos argues that BuzzFeed purposefully took select portions of a lengthy intervention with Tony Robbins and only released a minute of it that leads the listener to think that Tony was berating her, when the exact opposite was true. Tony said that BuzzFeed targeted a few individuals who had bad experiences with Tony over the course of decades of his work, and that also reporters refused to meet with him in person so that he could address his unusual methods. That's not ethical. Pretty sure that's not ethical. As a journalist, it's your duty to present both sides, all the facts, rather than just run with one narrative, especially when it's about something as damaging and serious as sexual misconduct. It's true Tony Robbins' methods are not for everyone. There's bound to be some people who they don't work for. Tony pushes his followers to overcome their hardship, whether it be something like childhood abuse, poverty, or sexual assault, and that's so that they can focus on the good to come. BuzzFeed spokesperson Matt Mittenthal told Fox News that they stand by their thorough reporting, which is based on records of Mr. Robbins berating victims of domestic violence and the testimony of former staffers who accused him of inappropriate advances. So as of right now, the evidence against Tony Robbins is limited, and the fact that one of these accusers came forward to say that BuzzFeed's article was borderline illegal, it's kind of like, how am I supposed to believe all the other accusers too? Maybe BuzzFeed left out crucial details from their testimonies as well. What we do have evidence of is this. An old video of Tony Robbins is floating around the internet that shows him using racial slurs repeatedly. This video is from 1985, mind you, and it could also be taken out of context. But I will say that it was shocking to hear Tony Robbins say the things he said in that video, and nowadays you would never be able to get away with saying them, which is why it was so shocking to some people. What do you guys think? Do you believe the accusers? Do you believe BuzzFeed? Do you need to see more evidence? Let me know down there in the comments. For now, I'm gonna wrap up this video with some comments from my video. James Charles forced to defend himself again. Cute Mute said, 3 places I get my news: Keemstar, PewDiePie, and Inform Overload. Keep it up. Oh, you're like cool and stuff, eh? I see you. Cute Mute. TS said, ooh, I love that white cup. More screen time for that cup. No cup today. No tea to spill. Actually, I just spilled tea for about 7 minutes there, so. Lana said, I just watched your new video on your new channel. I just love it. When the video starts, it's so funny. So if you guys don't know, we have a brand new channel. It's called Tier List. Definitely subscribe if you haven't already. We rate various things, and it kind of gives me a chance to like work with all of my colleagues at the studio. So this is really fun thing to do, and definitely check out this channel if you have not already. Becca James said, I love watching all your new videos and binge watching your older videos. The new format is great and you have a beautiful voice. Thank you. Keep up the awesome job. It makes my day when I get the notification of a new video. Well, it sounds like pretty much every day that you live is a good day because we upload every single day. But I'm glad that our videos do that for you. Thank you. Michael McCrudden said, thumbs been fire lately. Hi Michael. Michael used to be a host on IO. I actually took over his job. So
I'm Michael McCrudden and welcome to IO, where we overload you with information.
But thank you for the compliment. You probably won't see this. Appreciate you saying that. And that's it for me. But if you want to keep watching IO, we put together a playlist for you with a bunch of videos just like this one. The Dark Truth. So click on that if you need a place to go right now. And if you haven't already, hit that like and subscribe and turn on notifications so I can see you in the next IO video.